going on, college basketball fans? How we doing tonight? We are about to make some brackets. I still have a bunch of new DMs of brackets that I can grade tonight. If you guys want me to grade some more brackets that just got sent after I made the couple of videos that I made the past couple of days. And yeah, we're going to be watching Colorado and Boise State tonight too. Who you guys got in that 10 seed? Because I honestly think that whoever gets that 10 seed might have a good shot at not only Florida, but Marquette as well. So we got the official bracket that I made on the channel up on the wall now. It's official. It's in writing. Let's go. Doesn't matter. You got Florida either way. I feel like a lot of people got Florida, but it wouldn't be a bad pick to take Boise or Colorado. And I'm kind of starting to lean more towards that. But we're about to make some brackets here in a minute. We just got to, I'm going to wait for a couple more people to get in here. Let's get some more people in here, and then we'll start making the brackets. What's up, everybody? What's up, Al Squire? What's up, AJ? What's up, Michaela? What's up, Neon, Jamari, Salty Wings, Bryce, Alex, H-Dub, Kevin. How we doing today? We're about to start making some more brackets because I've really only made like 3 or 4 brackets so far, which is insane to me because usually every year by this point I have at least 15. So we're about to make a whole lot of more brackets, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited, man. Mixtape, I did put your bracket is in the most recent video. But I still have like a lot of DMs on Twitter of brackets that just got DM'd to me after I made the videos. So if we want, after I make some brackets of my own, we can react to more brackets on the stream because I have like at least 20 new ones that I just haven't reacted to yet that I could do on stream for you guys. So yeah, I'm about to start making some brackets. We got 30 people in here already. Say what's up in the chat. We about to make some more brackets. And I got a couple of ideas for what I want to do for some of my brackets. I want to make a couple different ones. I want to get some lower seeds in there. I'm not chalking any of my brackets. Like last year we saw literally no 1 seeds make the Final Four. So I'm going to make a lot of brackets that only have like 1 seed or maybe even 0 1 seeds in the Final Four, but at most like 2. At most like 2 right now. But yeah, we're going to make a whole lot of different type of bracket concepts, just giving us the highest amount of chance to get like as close as we can to a perfect bracket. That's what our goal is tonight. All right, let's go ahead and get into our first brackets because I also want to react to some brackets later, so we might as well get started. Let's get it. You're trying to find a way not to pick Purdue to the Final Four. I think Creighton is probably the best shot to knock them out, but who knows? Purdue could just completely sell like they always do. But who knows? What did I just do there? Are we good? Yeah, we're good. Okay. So, first bracket of the day. We're going to make at least like 3 or 4 brackets, and then I'll start reacting to more. Like I said, I got like 20 brackets I could react to. And if you guys are in the stream, let me know if you want your bracket reacted to. Send it to me now. Let me know your name on Twitter. I'll make sure I get to yours first if you're in the stream. Okay, let's get into our first bracket. So we got UConn Stetson. I'm not going to pick a 16/1, at least not that one for this bracket. FAU Northwestern. I could see I think all of my brackets, I only made like 3 so far. I think all of them I picked FAU so far. So I kind of want to pick something different here. Bill Bowie is a beast, but FAU plays good against other good teams. That's what I'm thinking. Like, yeah, FAU has sold like against some other good teams like South Florida, Memphis, but they've all been on the road. Like, I feel like at a neutral court, FAU is going to be ready and they're going to win. I'm going to pick them for this bracket. San Diego State versus UAB. I actually have been growing and growing on this upset pick, but I don't want to pick this. This is still maybe my least likely 12/5, but for some reason I feel like it might happen. Like, I feel like it might happen. And that might bust a lot of people's brackets like right off the bat tomorrow. This one could bust a lot of people's brackets like right off the bat tomorrow. And I don't know. Auburn and Yale. Do you guys think it's possible? Like, I kind of like Yale, but then they just really looked bad recently. I don't think I can pick them. I don't think I can pick Yale here. I'm going to pick Auburn. BYU and Duquesne. I don't like Duquesne. I've said it time and time again. They're probably going to win just because of how much I've dissed them. Like, that's just how it's going to work. But give me BYU. And that's one of the first games being played. That's on tomorrow at 12:40. Oh, yeah, that's going to bust everybody's bracket right off the bat. I already know, man. I better pick Duquesne in some of my brackets. At least one. I need to have Duquesne. At least one. Nah, BYU's winning. I don't like this Duquesne team. I don't think that they're that good. But something's telling me they might just pull it off and just break like everybody's bracket right off bat. Because, yeah, it's a 6. Yeah, Duquesne is overseeded. But here's the thing. It's a 6-11, and I'd say at least 90% of people are taking BYU. And it's a 6-11, so it's not even like that crazy of an upset seed-wise. Now, matchup-wise, I think it would be a crazy upset. But because it's only 11-6 and that many people are picking BYU, I just feel like it is just primed to be like one of the first games of the day tomorrow and just destroy everybody's brackets right off the bat. And that is the only reason why I'm picking Duquesne. If you guys have been watching my videos, you guys know that I don't think Duquesne is going to win this at all. All of my brackets, I picked BYU. So I need to pick Duquesne in at least one of them. So I'll go with them. Then I'm going to go with Illinois to win there. I think Morehead State could possibly beat them, but Illinois has been playing so damn good lately. I got to go with Illinois, man. I got to go with Illinois here. Washington State or Drake? I just really like Drake, man. But I feel like, nah, Drake's getting a win because Iowa State, because I really want to see the Battle of Iowa. And not only is it Des Moines versus Ames, which is like, what, less than an hour away from each other or so? But it's being played in Omaha, Nebraska, which is super close to both of these places. So it is going to be just a atmosphere to be at. It's going to be an atmosphere to be at. Like, that is going to be insane. So I got to see the Battle of Iowa here in Omaha. That is going to be amazing. I mean, wow. Let's go ahead and finish out this region. UConn, FAU. Do we see a 8-1 upset here? The past 5 or 6 champions, or the past 5 or 6 defending champions have lost or in the second round or first round. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Do we see a 8-1 here? Yeah, since 2017, bro. I just feel like so many people are riding UConn too, including myself. I have UConn to win it all in my main bracket. Let's pick FAU. Let's pick FAU to the Sweet 16 here and to defeat UConn. If any team upsets UConn, you think FAU does it? They give you the best vibes. I think, yeah, I think FAU has the team to maybe be able to pull it off. I'm going to go with the Owls. I'm going to go with the Owls here. Then we got San Diego State or Auburn. I like Auburn a lot in this matchup. I just really do. I mean, Janai Broome versus Jaden Ledee would be an awesome matchup down low. I think Auburn has the better guards. I think Auburn has the better guards this year, and San Diego State has some good ones. Actually, you know what? It would be a good storyline to have San Diego State and FAU face off again, but this time in the Sweet 16 rather than last year's Final Four. I kind of want to do that, man. I kind of want to have San Diego State versus FAU. Let's do that, man. Let's do that. Let's have San Diego State beat Auburn, and let's have a Final Four rematch in the Sweet 16. Let's have a Final Four rematch from last year in the Sweet 16. I like that. I like that. All right, let's go. We got Illinois versus Duquesne. I'm not gonna have Duquesne further. Like, yes, I mentioned earlier, I am gonna pick Duquesne because it's gonna break all my brackets if I don't have Duquesne in at least one of them. Because I feel like that's gonna happen. I got to go Illinois here. Then I'm gonna go Iowa State to defeat Drake. Sadly, I'm not gonna have Drake any further. I do have them in the Final Four of one of my brackets coming out of this region, which is insane because this is such a stacked region. But yeah, I'm going to go with Iowa State here because then we get that matchup of offense versus defense in the Elite Eight, which is just going to be, or in the Sweet 16, which is just going to be amazing. FAU versus San Diego State, a Final Four rematch from last year. This time I am going to have FAU win. This time I'm going to have FAU get revenge and defeat San Diego State to make it to the Elite Eight for back-to-back years. Dusty May proves he is an amazing coach and gets them back here. I mean, if they can knock off UConn, I feel like they can get the revenge. They lost to a buzzer beater to them last year. FAU brought more players back, and yes, San Diego State lost a few players, but Jaden Ledee has just Jaden Ledee has improved so much. So, but I am going to go with the FAU to get that revenge there. And then Illinois versus Iowa State is a toss-up. I'm going to need your guys' help with this one. Who should I go with? Who should I go with to make this Elite Eight? Illinois or Iowa State? I'm not sure how I want to do this because I feel like in all my brackets, I've had this first region kind of chalky, but now I got an 8 seed coming out to the Elite Eight, and yeah. Iowa State. I see 3 Iowa States, 1 Illinois. I don't know who I want to go with in this one, man. As a Hawkeyes fan, Iowa State. Whoo. I don't think I trust Brad Underwood enough, to be honest. And yeah, like Marcus Domask and Terrence Shannon Jr. are really good, but Iowa State has like Sean Gilbert, Taman Lipsey, who are really good defensive guards, can slow them down, and just all around a great defensive team. I'm going to go with Iowa State. Then our Final Four matchup, FAU versus Iowa State. And I am going to have Iowa State defeat FAU. I'm not going to have FAU back-to-back Final Fours, but close. Iowa State is our first Final Four of this bracket. Houston versus Longwood. Hey, I appreciate you, Mikey, in the chat. I appreciate that big time, man. Houston versus Longwood. I'm going to go with Houston for sure. Nebraska versus A&M. I just really like Nebraska in this matchup. But this could be like, man, like this is going to be a really good 8-9 matchup. This is going to be a really good 8-9. It's going to be a really good 8-9 matchup. I could see Texas A&M. In some of my other brackets, I'm going to have to pick Texas A&M because I've been picking Nebraska a lot, but I do really, really like them to come out of this first round. Wisconsin and James Madison. I'm going to go. Should I switch it up and go? I just feel like James Madison is going to win this game. I just really do. They're such a solid squad, man. I like James Madison a lot, but I've been picking James Madison in like all my brackets. But I don't want to like switch it up too much. All in one bracket. I want to switch it up a little bit here, and then my next bracket switch it up a little bit here. Because I'm gonna be making a lot of brackets. So I am gonna keep James Madison upset here. I am gonna keep the James Madison upset here. Then we got Duke versus Vermont Catamounts. Also, guys, by the way, Boise State in Colorado, I think, is about to tip off. Drop your guys' predictions down below. Who you guys got, Colorado or Boise State tonight? Colorado or Boise State tonight? I would love to see Boise. I would love to see Boise, man. I really hope that Boise State gets a win. I really hope so. All right. Duke or Vermont? I'm going to go with Duke. I don't know if I trust the Catamounts to be able to get it done. Duke is just such a talented team. But I could definitely see that upset. Then we got Texas Tech versus NC State. I am going to go Texas Tech. I've been picking NC State, and in my official bracket, I have NC State to the Elite Eight. But I'm going to go with Tech in this one. I'm going to go with Tech. Then we got Kentucky versus Oakland. And I would love to see Oakland pull off this upset. Like, it would be so out of nowhere that I could almost see it happening. But I'm going to go with Kentucky. I'm going to go with Kentucky. I am probably going to pick Oakland in one of my brackets, though. I'm not going to lie. Maybe my next bracket. Okay. We got Florida versus either Boise State or Colorado. I've been picking Florida a lot. It's going to depend on who wins this game for me. Like, if Colorado comes out of this game looking good, I would definitely consider picking Colorado over Florida, especially because they have like the bigs to be able to score where Florida's big men got hurt. But Florida just has so many guards. Florida just has so many good guards, man. I'm going to go with Colorado or Boise. I think Florida might win that one either way, but I'm going to go with Boise or Colorado. Then we got Marquette or Western Kentucky. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of thinking about pulling a 15 over a 2 here. I'm going to go with Big Red to get it done. Come on now. Big Red. They got to get it done. We got to have a 15 over a 2 again this year. We've seen one the past 3 seasons now. The past 3 seasons, we've seen a 15 over a 1. We're going to predict one to go. Houston, I'm taking them over Nebraska. I don't see 2 1 seeds losing in the second round. We already have UConn losing second round. I'm going to have Duke over James Madison. Sadly, I would like to see James Madison go further, but I feel like they got a tough draw. Like, Wisconsin's not an easy matchup. I feel like that's an okay draw, but then to have to face Duke and then potentially Houston that I don't see losing before Sweet 16, James Madison got a tough one. Texas Tech or Kentucky. I'm going to have Kentucky come out, and I am going to have Western Kentucky. If they get by Marquette, I fully expect them to get by either Boise or Colorado. Like, 100%. Like, come on. Like, if they beat Marquette, they're definitely beating either Boise State or Colorado. So I'm going to have Western Kentucky win that one and make it to my Sweet 16. Then I'm going to have Houston over Duke, and I'm going to have Kentucky beat Western Kentucky in the battle, in-state battle there. That's a fun one. That's a fun one. In-state battle, Kentucky versus Western Kentucky. How many brackets do I typically do? At least 12 to 15. Right now, I only made 3. This is like my 4th bracket, so I got to make a good amount this year. Or I got to make a good amount tonight. I'm going to make at least 10, probably more. Okay, Houston or Kentucky? I'm not going to lie, offense versus defense. I might pick Kentucky here. I might pick Kentucky. I just feel, yeah, I'm going to go with Kentucky. I'm going to go with Kentucky to make the Final Four over Houston. I just feel like Houston, they could potentially have a cold night on offense. Like, I don't know what happened to them in the Big 12 championship game against Iowa State, but I don't think that happens against Kentucky, though, because Kentucky's defense just isn't that good. But I feel like it could happen. I made like 60 last year. Okay, that's true. I probably do make at least like 40 every year. I probably do. I make a lot of brackets. Okay. So we have Iowa State and Kentucky in our Final Four so far. Let's see what we can cook up down here. North Carolina or Wagner. I'm going to go North Carolina. Mississippi State or Michigan State. I have Mississippi State in my bracket. I just love Josh Hubbard, man. I feel like he could actually like out-clutch Tyson Walker. Like, he is such a good guard and super underrated. Let's crush Tom Izzo's hopes and dreams. Let's go with Mississippi State. Chris Jans outcoaches Tom Izzo. St. Mary's or Grand Canyon. I'm going to go with St. Mary's. Yeah, I'm going to go with St. Mary's. Then we have Alabama or Charleston. I'm going to go with Charleston, 13 over a 4 here. I just think Alabama's defense has been pretty bad lately. Charleston has a really good offense. And if you remember how good Charleston was last year, they had such a good offense. They had 30-plus wins, but they just got a bad matchup first round. It was a 12v5 versus San Diego State last year. They barely lost, and San Diego State went all the way to the national champion game. And I just feel like if they get a matchup against an offensive team like Charleston is, they could potentially do it. They could potentially do it. Yeah, Potato, if you want to email me your bracket, you can do that. I'll try to get to it because we are going to grade brackets after I make a couple myself. We are going to grade brackets here on stream because I have like a bunch that I haven't got to yet. Okay, we got Clemson, New Mexico. I like New Mexico a lot here in this matchup. I do have Clemson in my main one. I feel like that's 50-50, but either way, I feel like whoever comes out of that game has a shot to come out of this division. They have a shot to come out of this division. I mean, Clemson, New Mexico, there's a path there for either one of them, man. Like, there truly is a path for either New Mexico or Clemson. And personally, I put Dayton in my Final Four out of this region, but I feel like a New Mexico-Dayton matchup in the Sweet 16 would be wonderful. Like, that would be amazing. Baylor or Colgate. Colgate's made like 4 straight tournaments, but they're never able to get a dub. I just think Baylor, too much elite guard play, and then they have veterans like Jalen Bridges. I got to pick Baylor. Dayton or Nevada. I'm very 50-50 on this one. Like, Dayton has the better front court. Nevada has the better back court. But Dayton also has some good shooters in the back court. I'm very 50-50 on this, man. I'm very 50-50 on this. I might go with Nevada this time. Then we got Arizona versus Long Beach State. I'm going to go with Arizona. I already picked 115/2 in this bracket. I already got 115/2. And I don't think Arizona loses to a 15 seed twice in a row. They got to at least get out of the first round. Even though I got them losing to Dayton in my main bracket in the second round, they got to get it out of the first round. They should go further. North Carolina versus Mississippi State. I already have 1 seed losing in the second round. I am going to have North Carolina keep on dancing. St. Mary's versus Charleston. Offense versus defense. To me, this is a very similar matchup for Charleston as like last year's San Diego State matchup, where they're playing a team that's going to try to slow them down. Good defensively. If Charleston is on shooting-wise, though, they could win. But I am going to pick St. Mary's here to come out. Then we got New Mexico versus Baylor. Yeah, I'll put my I'll tell you my email in a minute. So you can send me the bracket. Whenever we start doing grading brackets, I'll let you know. New Mexico versus Baylor. I'm excited to grade those brackets because I got like 20 right now to grade. So if you guys want your bracket graded, send it to me on Twitter at 6mandanny through DMs. Make sure it's a good picture, and we'll grade it here in a minute. I'm going to make like 1 or 2 more brackets after this one, then I'm going to grade some. Colorado's up 9-6 right now on Boise, too. Whoo! It's a good game. Yo, what's up, Ballin' with HC? All right. I'm going to go with New Mexico over Baylor. I like this one a lot. I feel like Baylor could make a run and just break everybody's bracket because I feel like a lot of people have either New Mexico or Clemson making it to the Sweet 16. But what if Baylor makes it to like the Elite 8? Hey, my man Tricksters with the donation. I appreciate you, my man. Am I streaming tomorrow? I would love to, but I'm actually not going to be able to stream tomorrow. I'm just going to be watching a ton of games when I get home from work. So by the time I get home, I'm just going to be wanting to watch a ton of games. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow, but I do really appreciate the $2. I am going to be making some videos, though, for y'all. So we will have some videos out this weekend. I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream, though. I appreciate the $2 from my man Tricksters. Appreciate that big time, man. Next up, we got Nevada, Arizona. I'm going to have Arizona make it to the Sweet 16 here. I'm going to have Arizona make it to the Sweet 16 this time. Yo, what's up, QT? What do I think of your Final Four? Got UConn, Arizona, NC State, and Creighton. I like that Final Four a lot. I got NC State in my Elite 8. I have Creighton in my Final Four and a couple of my brackets. I think that's a very, very solid bracket. Solid bracket. W bracket, QT. UConn isn't making the Final Four. Duquesne lover. Maybe. I think UConn could lose. Like, I feel like it's so hard to go back-to-back in March Madness. I picked UConn to win it all, but I would not be surprised if they get upset. Like, yeah, it's going to be surprising. It's going to be like a big deal. Like, everybody's going to be going crazy. Wow, UConn lost. But, like, I'm going to enjoy that upset, but I'm not going to be, like, super, super surprised. All right. St. Mary's, North Carolina. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to take St. Mary's. I'm going to take St. Mary's in this matchup. So far, in none of my regions do I have a 1 seed in the Final Four. And I just think St. Mary's could beat North Carolina. Like, I think North Carolina is a beatable 1 seed. And I like St. Mary's as a gritty team. Like, if they get their play style in this game, slow down RJ Barrett. Or RJ Barrett. What am I talking about? RJ Davis. Then I think St. Mary's could win. New Mexico versus Arizona. I'm gonna have Arizona win this one. I mean, I think that is gonna be a crazy game. New Mexico 100% could win. I just don't wanna ride New Mexico too hard. I feel like everybody's been on their meat. Like, it is possible for them to make it to the Final Four, and I was actually really high on it, and now I'm seeing, like, so many people really high on New Mexico to the Final Four, and I just don't know if it's gonna happen. Like, what if they lose to Clemson first round? I have that in my main bracket, but man, I like this New Mexico team a lot, but I think that they could also lose early, like, in the first game. Name one player on St. Mary's, just one? Okay, Aiden Mahaney. St. Mary's versus Arizona. I think I might go with Arizona. I feel like I need a higher seed though, like a little bit of a higher seed. And St. Mary's could win this one, but I feel like this is a good matchup for Arizona. So I'm going to go with Arizona to finally get back to the Final Four after having a lot of good teams with uh after having a lot of really good teams with Tommy Lloyd as the coach and losing early. Like, not making it past Sweet 16 the past couple of years, I think Arizona finally makes it back to the Final Four. Let's have them in this one. I kind of want to have a higher seed make my bracket. I got two seeds and the 3 seed, but I just don't know where I would have that. It would have to be FAU. Okay. Next up, we got Purdue versus who just won that? Grambling State just won in overtime. Awesome game. I'm gonna go with Purdue. I don't think they lose to a 16 seed back to back years. That would be insane. They might have to end their program. Like, that would be ridiculous. But let's go with Purdue. Then we got Utah State versus TCU. I'm gonna go with TCU this time. I think TCU could definitely win this game. I think somebody who's a Aggie fan told me that their team, Utah State, is 0-9 in the first round of March Madness all time. So I picked Utah State, and I just see Cole in the chat say, Utah State fan here, please don't pick us. Okay, I won't. I picked you in my main bracket to beat Purdue in the second round, just so you know. It's on the wall right there. But I won't pick you in this bracket. Okay. Gonzaga or McNeese? I'm going to go with McNeese State here in this one. It's hard not to trust Mark Few in March Madness. I feel like they could get as far as the Sweet 16, maybe the Elite 8, but probably just the Sweet 16. I'm going to go with McNeese, though. I just think that this team is so darn good, man, as for a mid-major. Like, yeah, they've played some not so great teams this year. Like, they'll play a team called Bible Studies University and just whoop them. But I'm going to trust them here. Like, I think they're really good. I love Shahada Wells. Give me McNeese. Kansas or Samford? I'm going to go with Kansas. Even without Kevin McCullar, I feel like they could still do enough to get by Samford at least. It's going to be tougher, but I'm going to go with Kansas. South Carolina versus Oregon. I feel like this time I might want to go with South Carolina, honestly. I might want to go South Carolina this time. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go South Carolina. Creighton versus Akron. I think Creighton could definitely go very far, but I want to have some upsets, and I do really like Akron. Like, I am a big Enrique Freeman fan. If you guys don't know Enrique Freeman on Akron, that dude is a beast. The only problem is he's going to be guarded by the big cock. So no one wants to get matched up with the big cock. And I just don't know if Enrique Freeman is going to be able to play to his absolute best with him on him. Like, that is like elite rim protection by Ryan Cockburner. I really like Enrique Freeman, though. I feel like Akron's kind of being slept on just because a lot of people are high on Creighton. And I want to go a little bit upset heavy, try to predict the right upsets because we're going for like a perfect bracket, right? And we know upsets happen. So if we're going for a perfect bracket, we got to pick some upsets here and there. I'm going to go with Akron. So we got a 15/2 with Western Kentucky over Marquette. We got a few 12/5s. I picked Charleston over Alabama, 13/4. And now we got a 14/3. Now we got a 14/3. Next up, we got Texas and Colorado State. You guys are getting caught. AJ is getting caught in the chat. Everybody take a screenshot. Texas versus Colorado State. I really like Texas in this matchup. Max Asmus versus Isaiah Stevens is going to be very fun, but Isaiah Stevens only scored like 5 points against Virginia, and they still destroyed them. I kind of like Texas, man. I think Dylan Dessou is the difference maker. Here. Then Tennessee versus St. Peter's. I already picked 115/2. I don't think St. Peter's even deserves a 15 seed. I think they should have been a 16. Dalton Connect's just a bucket. Dalton Connect is just a bucket. All right. Purdue and TCU. I like Purdue in that matchup a lot, actually. I'm going McNeese over Kansas. I'm going to try to speed run these a little bit so then we can get to reacting to the brackets because I want to react to y'all's brackets. So I want to speed run this one and maybe speed run one more. Yeah, Vinny, I'm a react to some brackets after a couple brackets that I make. So I'll see it on Twitter. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go McNeese over Kansas. I just think without Kevin McCullough, I like McNeese there a lot. Akron or South Carolina. I'll go with South Carolina this time. And I'm actually going to go with Texas over Tennessee in the Rick Barnes Bowl. Rick Barnes, coach of Tennessee, used to be coach of Texas. Fun storyline there. Give me Texas. Rick Barnes always chokes in March. So we have a 7 versus 6 here. A fun matchup. I'm going to roll with South Carolina to keep on moving. I'm going to roll with South Carolina to beat Texas there. And I'm going to go with Purdue to finally knock off McNeese. And then I am going to go with Purdue over South Carolina, actually. So here's our final four. Iowa State, Arizona, Kentucky, and Purdue. I would have liked to have at least one a little bit higher seed in here, but I feel like this is definitely like a possibility. It wouldn't surprise me. And I really like Purdue. I really like Purdue over Kentucky in that matchup. It would be a fun one. Give me the Boilermakers. And then I am going to go with Iowa State over Arizona. I think that defense is just smothering, and I think it's going to be enough to knock off Arizona. Even though Arizona plays really good against other like elite teams, I'm going to go with Iowa State. And then I'm going to have Purdue be my national champion. Pull of Virginia, lose to a 16 seed, win the national championship the next year. This is my first bracket where I'm picking Purdue. I definitely think there are a very plausible national champion this year. And the total points in the game, I'm going to say Purdue 77, Iowa State 72. So that is what, 140, 7 plus 2 is 149. 149. Here we go. We're going to speed run through one more bracket, guys, and then I'm going to react to y'all's brackets. I got like 20, and depending on how many y'all just sent me, I might have like 25 to react to on Twitter. So I don't know if I'm going to get to them all, but if you guys are in the stream, I'll make sure I get to your guys' first. Let's see how many we got. Yeah, I just got like 5 more, so we got a good amount. We got a good amount that we can react to. Okay, next bracket. Next bracket. Moving on. These are my brackets so far, guys. I got this one that I don't really like. I actually don't have my main bracket in the group because, and by the way, if you guys want to join my group on ESPN Tournament Challenge, it is just called Dannyology. And it's open until tomorrow. So yeah, I don't really like that bracket. This is my main bracket, actually. I need to change the name of it to like main or something. That's the one I did in my YouTube video that was like my main bracket predictions. I have UConn. This is the one I did on Selection Sunday in the stream. This is my brother Levi's picks, my mom's picks, and then the one I just did right now. So I really haven't made too many brackets so far. We're going to speed run one more, and then we will react to some brackets. React to Joe Biden's bracket? Is it crazy? I could only imagine. Yeah, Potato, you can use my email in the description. That's my email. That'll work. All right. Best logo bracket. Yeah, we might do like some like a meme bracket, logo brackets, mascot brackets, stuff like that, maybe after we react to some. We'll see what we want to do. UConn, Stetson. I'm going to go UConn. I'm going to kind of speed run this bracket because I want to get into the reactions a little bit. Those are so fun for me to do. Let's go Northwestern over FAU this time. I'm going to keep with San Diego State, and I'm going to keep with Auburn. I like UAB over San Diego State in some of my brackets. I don't like Yale over Auburn. Auburn just destroys teams that are worse than them. I just don't think Yale is good enough. I'm going back to BYU this time. I picked Duquesne one time, and I just don't trust enough to pick them again. I just don't think that they're that good at all. I think they're way overseeded. They should be like a 13 seed. Illinois versus Morehead State. Ooh, do we want to pick that upset? I feel like that's a possible upset. Is Illinois really going to lose first round, though? It's possible. I'm going to go with Illinois. I'm going to go with Washington State this time. I've been picking Drake a lot, and I'm going to pick Iowa State. And then I'm actually going to pick Washington State over Iowa State. I feel like I want to do that in one of my brackets because I do think that Washington State has a little bit of potential for a nice little run. So I want to pick them in at least one of my brackets here. I'm going to go with Washington State. Let's have a run for the Cougars here. And then let's have a battle of Cougars versus Cougars. Washington State Cougars versus BYU Cougars. I kind of like that. And we got UConn. I'm going to go with UConn and Auburn. And then I kind of want to have Auburn upset UConn in this one. I'm kind of trying to stay because I think in like a lot of my early brackets, I've had UConn in my Final Four like almost every time. So I kind of want to switch it up a little bit. Let's go with Auburn this time. And I'm going to go with BYU over Washington State. And then I'm going to come back to that because I want to think about it a little bit. I don't know who I want to pick between Auburn and BYU yet. Who should win that game? I mean, Auburn or BYU? That would be a very, very fun matchup. I don't know who I want to go with. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go to like this. Let's see. I'm going to go with this. Which region should I do next? I'm going to switch it up a little bit. All right. Houston, Longwood. Big Longwood energy. Big Longwood energy in the chat. Auburn easily, then lose next round in the Final Four? Okay. Yo, what's up, Ryan? You send it to me on Twitter DMs, or you could email it to me. Both linked in the description. I prefer Twitter if you have Twitter, but I will do it off email if I have to. So let's go Houston. I'm gonna go A&M this time, and I'm gonna go Wisconsin this time. I'm actually gonna go with Vermont to upset Duke. Let's give the Catamounts a win. They've been in so many tournaments. I gotta pick them once, right? I really like NC State here. Actually, no. I'm gonna pick Duke. I want to go with Oakland as my big upset in this region. I want to go with Oakland. Actually, no. I'm gonna stick with Vermont. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Vermont as my big upset in this region. All right. Who's winning this game? Colorado is up. I kind of really like Colorado if they are able to beat Boise to beat Florida. I'm kind of on that train a little bit now. I'm going to go with Florida, though, and I'm going to go with Marquette. And I'm going to have Marquette beat Florida. I'm going to have NC State over Kentucky, like in my, what's it called? My main bracket, I have that. NC State over Kentucky. I'm going to go, let's pull something crazy here and have Texas A&M over Houston. I don't see that pick a lot, but low-key, if Wade Taylor, Tyrese Radford, Henry Coleman start cooking up for the Aggies, I could potentially see a Texas A&M second-round upset there. Let me know. Is that crazy? W or L? W or L? Is that crazy? Like, if Wade Taylor and Tyrese Radford are going crazy, W or L? That might be a horrible pick, but let's switch it up. Low-key, Houston by 50. Houston barely beat A&M at home this year. Oh, they played this year? It's hard for me to remember every game, but. Nebraska will win. Let's roll with it. Wisconsin versus Vermont. Let's go with Wisconsin. Then I'm going to go with Wisconsin over A&M, NC State over Marquette, and NC State to the Final Four. I mean, if NC State's going to make it to the Final Four, this is honestly maybe the path. DJ Burns is so fun, bro. DJ Burns is so fun. You like a Wisconsin Final Four run? Not gonna lie, Wisconsin, Kentucky Elite Eight, or Nebraska, Kentucky Elite Eight. That would be pretty fun. Should I roll with Wisconsin to the Final Four instead of NC State, guys? If you think about it, they have like Tyler Wall and Steven Crow that could kind of guard DJ Burns, and AJ Storr could just go on a tear. Wisconsin either losing to JMU or making a deep run. Yeah, I could see it. Maybe I'll go with Wisconsin to the Final Four instead. You're yet to see a bracket with Texas Tech in the Final Four. I seen Mac McClung, former Tech player, had Texas Tech as his champion, of course. Maybe biased, though. Can't bet against Baby Shaq? All right, bet. Yeah, Chucky did look good. Chucky did look really good. All right. I don't know who I'm going to pick there yet, and I don't know who I'm picking here yet, so I'm going to pick to the Elite Eight, then we'll come back to him. Let's go Purdue. Utah State to get their first March Madness win. I really like McNeese. I'm going to go Gonzaga here. I'm going to go Samford over Kansas. I'm going to go Oregon over Carolina. I'm going to go Creighton this time. I'm going to go Colorado State this time, and I'm going to go Tennessee this time. I mean, I've been picking Tennessee, but give me Purdue. Give me Zaga. Ooh. Give me Creighton. And give me... Can Colorado State pull off a Tennessee upset? No, I don't see it. I don't see it. A little bit chalked to this region, but you got to have one, right? You got to have one that's kind of chalked. At least a little bit. I need to have at least one bracket with a 16 over a 1. All right. All right. Bet. Purdue, Gonzaga. Do we trust Mark Few to maybe pull it off here? I could potentially see that. Man. I'm going to go with Purdue, though. And I'm going to go with Creighton over Tennessee. Baylor Shireman versus Dalton Connect matchup. Woo! Would be amazing. Give me North Carolina. Give me Michigan State this time. Give me Grand Canyon this time. I feel like Grand Canyon can beat St. Mary's. They beat San Diego State earlier this year. Another really good defensive team that kind of plays somewhat similar. I could see Grand Canyon pulling it out. Tyon Grant Foster going crazy. Next up, Alabama versus Charleston. I picked Charleston last time. We'll go Bama. I'm going to go Grand Canyon over Bama, though. Let's go to New Mexico. Let's go with Baylor. Let's go with Baylor this time to win that one. Let's go with Nevada, Arizona. Should we go Nevada over Arizona this time? I like Jared Lucas a lot. Man. I'm going to go with Arizona at least to Sweet 16. And then we got North Carolina, Michigan State. I could see that upset happening. You know, Tom Izzo in March. Let's do it. Let's have Michigan State over North Carolina this time. Actually, no, I already had Houston lose second round. I want to have 2 of my 1 seeds lose second round. Let's go to North Carolina. Then North Carolina, Arizona, sadly. All right, let's get our final 4 picks. So we have NC State, Auburn, Creighton, North Carolina. That's what I want to go with. WRL Final 4. WRL Final 4. North Carolina, Auburn, NC State, Creighton. Oh, 2 ACC teams. I don't like having 2 ACC teams. I might switch it. Two ACC teams is wild. I might go with Wisconsin. I think I might like that better. And then just have NC State Elite 8. Wisconsin, Auburn, North Carolina, Creighton. What do you guys think? Potato says W. I think I like it. Okay. Then we'll go. Honestly, I kind of like the matchup for Auburn here. I could see them keep winning it. I'm not hating the ACC. Just when I make my brackets, I don't really like to have two teams of the same conference in there. Like it happens sometimes, like when North Carolina and Duke were both in it a couple of years ago. But I like to keep it kind of varietied out, if that makes sense. Ooh, Auburn over North Carolina, maybe? Ooh, I might have a Carolina Creighton national championship. And I might have Creighton win the national championship. Creighton over Carolina. Auburn over Carolina. I was thinking about it. WRL Final Four, Auburn, Creighton, North Carolina, Houston. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. I like it. I like it. All right. Let's get it. I'm going to go a total of 139 points. A little bit lower scoring this time. All right. Should we grade brackets or make one more? Should we grade brackets or make one more? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Grade brackets or make one more? Grade, then mean bracket, grade. I see a lot of grades. All right, bet. Bet. All right. We'll grade them. We'll grade them. All right, can you guys see this? Okay. I have a bunch in my request. Let's start off up here because people in the stream are up here. We got one from Jay. Oh, I have to accept it. Okay. Bottom bracket. Bottom of the bracket. Let's go to the top of the bracket first, actually. All right, Jay. Let's see if Jay's cooking. Let's see if Jay's cooking. All right, I got you, Potato. I'll check in a minute. So, we got UConn, Iowa State here. Iowa State over UConn. Kind of chalked this first region, but yeah, complete chalked. Wow, completely chalked. And this region is completely chalked except for a 10/7. Okay, so far it's an L. Okay. McNeese to the Sweet 16. Okay, a little bit better there. And we do have Colgate over Baylor. Charleston, Grand Canyon. I like that. Dayton to the Elite Eight. So a little bit better. a little bit better. A little bit better. Purdue over North Carolina, but the top is too chalked. I got to go mid. The bottom half was a little bit better. That upgrade you from mid to, or from L to mid. All right, Bryce. Let's see what Bryce got. I'm hoping I don't accept one of these and it's just like something inappropriate. All right. This is the bottom of it. Let's get to the top. Auburn. Auburn's a popular Final Four pick, but I don't hate it. Auburn over Illinois. Okay. We got Kentucky over Duke. Interesting. Loving the blue bloods, aren't we? And you got James Madison upset, Drake upset, but only going to the second round. What's in the bottom? We got North Carolina coming out and Creighton coming out. North Carolina coming out and Creighton coming out. Sanford. I mean, I don't see any upsets. The only double-digit seed in your Sweet 16 is New Mexico. And you're very heavy on the blue bloods. Kentucky, North Carolina championship. Kentucky wins it all. I don't care. L bracket. Sorry, Bryce. Next. Says I'm in stream. B Boggs. Oh yeah, I seen you in the chat. What you got for us, man? Not my main bracket, but it's his favorite one. Let's go. Houston is the national champ. TCU in the Final Four. Okay, now we're cooking. TCU in the Final Four, beating Purdue in the second round, beating McNeese, who made it. McNeese and Sanford both winning first round. Okay, I like that. North Carolina and Illinois. Whoo! I like this bracket. And he's got South Dakota State over Iowa State and making it to the Sweet 16. Okay. B-Boggs got a W. B-Boggs got a W. Come on. That's a W bracket. If you get a W bracket, I'm going to follow you back on Twitter. If you get a W bracket, I'll follow you back. Okay. How about Max? Baylor national champion? Okay, this might be interesting. Auburn, Texas A&M in the Final Four. Okay, I was just about to maybe do this, but I decided to go with Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Isn't that how they say it? Wisconsin. They get mad at you if you don't pronounce it right. NC State, okay. Florida over Marquette, I like that. And A&M over Kentucky. 3 SEC teams in this Elite Eight. Kind of crazy. BYU over Iowa State, I like that. Okay. Bottom region, we got McNeese, Sweet 16, I like that. Creighton, Tennessee, that's good. Nevada in the Sweet 16, I like that. Baylor over North Carolina, I don't mind that at all. I'm thinking he's a Baylor fan. So we got Baylor versus Auburn. Baylor beating Auburn there. Me personally, I would say if this bracket was Auburn over Baylor, and then your pick of the champion, either Auburn or Purdue, I would like it a lot more. But it's different with A&M. You had a good sleeper. And for entertainment purposes, I do like this. I'm going to give you a W. So I'll follow you back. Hit that motherfucking follow. I got you. Wait, what is that? Oh, SpongeBob. Okay, next bracket. We're getting a lot of them in here now. A couple came in. Yeah, I can see a good amount of SEC teams doing pretty good. Robert. What's Robert got for us? Rob. All right. Whoa, a lot of pictures. Okay, first region. Mississippi State. I like it. Okay, W so far. Let's see, though. Grand Canyon versus Mississippi State. Okay, I like that. And Arizona over Baylor. Okay, solid. Solid first region. W first region. Now okay, Auburn over Iowa State. Okay, I don't mind that. Solid. Okay, still pretty good. Don't screw it up, Robert. Houston over Kentucky. Okay, I'm fine with that. James Madison over Wisconsin. Florida over Marquette. Okay, fine with that. Then we got Purdue. Ooh, Samford over McNeese. I like that. That's a popular 12-13 kind of to have there. But I don't hate it. And then Creighton over Purdue. Okay. And then the final four is Houston is our champion over Arizona. And then we got Auburn, Creighton. Honestly, all around, pretty solid. I like this bracket. I think I got to give him a W, guys. I think Robert gets a W. You guys in the stream are getting a lot more. Is he a Pitt fan? Is Robert a Pitt fan? All right. I thought something stunk. All right. Todd, Michael. Let's go with Blue. I seen he was commenting in the chat. Blue. All right. Let's see what Blue's got. We got Auburn over UConn. That's an upset I've been starting to see. I like it, though. At first, I was like, no way, because Auburn doesn't perform really that well. But then I'm thinking, like, I kind of like it. I'm kind of growing on it, and I had it in a couple of my brackets now. So, Auburn, BYU. I literally just had this one of my brackets I just made. So, I like it. For sure. For sure. Florida making a run. Western Kentucky over Marquette. These are the upsets I like to see. Okay. I like it. Florida going on a run. I would have liked Florida or Tech there, but I guess I don't really want to see two Big 12 teams go out in the Elite Eight, Houston and Tech, so I kind of like that you had Florida there. You're appeasing to what I like. Okay. Samford upset. I like that. TCU over Purdue, too? Okay. And TCU to the Final Four. Okay, is Blue a TCU fan, yes or no? And New Mexico in the Final Four. So this one might be getting a little bit too crazy. This one might be getting a little bit too crazy. New Mexico and TCU in the Final Four. Let's see who he's got winning the championship. Auburn. Okay. If he was going to have TCU win the championship, I would have not liked it as much. I think New Mexico, TCU. I think having both of them is a little too crazy. I'm going to go mid. I'm going to have to go mid. Adam. Bracket name is undefeated? Kissing emoji? Undefeated. The games haven't started yet. All right. Auburn. Iowa State. With Auburn winning. Auburn, a very popular... I'm almost seeing more Auburns than UConns at this point. I'm almost seeing more Auburns than UConns in the Final Four out of the East. That's kind of crazy. Auburn's becoming a very, very popular pick. St. Mary's over Arizona. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I just had St. Mary's in my Elite Eight in one of my brackets. And to beat Arizona, I don't think is crazy. And we got Purdue over Creighton. Samford in the Elite Eight or in the Sweet 16. That's good. But I don't see any double digits in the Elite Eight. Just one in the Sweet 16. I think you got to have a little bit more, but Purdue over Auburn is solid, but I am going to have to give it a mid. I am going to have to give it a mid for Adam. Yeah, I'm going to have to give Adam a mid. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Let's go with Todd. W, my friend. Let's see. Okay. All right, top of the bracket. We got UConn. Getting back to UConn a little bit. We were on the Auburn train a little bit there. We were on the Auburn trade a little bit. But now we're getting back to UConn. Charge my phone a little bit. All right. Back to UConn here over Iowa State. We got Houston over Texas Tech. We got that Big 12 matchup there. Okay, Texas Tech in the Elite Eight is different. I kind of like it. Okay. Is this guy the Big 12 commissioner? Yes or no? Is this guy the Big 12 commissioner? Having Texas in the Final Four, Texas Tech in Houston. This guy is either, what's his name? I forget the Big 12 commissioner's name. Iowa State also in the Elite Eight. But he might be the Big 12 commish. St. Mary's in Arizona making it. I just think too many. I mean, the Big 12 is really good. Houston over Texas. UConn over Arizona. You know what? My favorite team is in the Big 12. I'll give you a W. I'll give you a W. Next. Didn't I already rate your bracket, Kat, in one of my videos? I rated this bracket in my video. I'll do yours real quick, and then I'm going to get some other people I haven't done yet. FAU in the championship versus New Mexico. I just don't know if FAU is going to make back-to-back Final Fours. Creighton over Houston is wild. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's definitely different. How did you have this top bracket forming, though? Drake versus FAU is kind of fun. Morehead State upset. L. Next. All right, Caleb. He's been watching the stream. Let's see what he's got. Top. 2 SEC. Okay, so all the commissioners are in my chat. The SEC commissioner is here. Auburn and Florida are coming out. But I do like a James Madison run. I do like a James Madison run to the Sweet 16. I like a Morehead State upset, pretty solid. Auburn over UConn and Iowa State. And then Florida over Houston is kind of insane. I think I would have liked it a little bit better if it was Houston over Florida here. I know I like the upsets, but I think too much SEC here. Okay. SEC not doing as good down here. We got Oregon going on a run to the Elite Eight. I like that. I haven't seen that a lot lately. And then North Carolina, Purdue coming out here. Not a ton of notable upsets. Charleston over Alabama. I like that. Okay, I think, the two SEC teams not as bad after I've seen the bottom half. I don't know if I see Florida over Houston, but I like it. Purdue over Auburn. I'm going to give it a W just because I kind of like how you had the bottom of your bracket with Oregon. That Oregon run got you a W. And he was at the national championship for college football? Okay, W. Assuming that's him. W, Caleb. Just because I'm a Pitt fan, don't make my bracket a L. I didn't say it was an L. I just unfollowed you. Next. Not ba-la-la-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-la-la-ba-ba-ba-ba. All right. Let's see what he's got. Ooh, okay. Iowa State over Auburn in the Elite Eight. Iowa State over Auburn. We got Wisconsin going on a run, beating Houston. I like that. With Kentucky beating Wisconsin, solid. We got Purdue over Creighton. And North Carolina over Nevada making the Elite Eight. That's why I like to see a Wisconsin run. We like to see a Nevada run. A little Mountain West matchup in the Sweet 16. Interesting. Okay. Any other big upsets? Okay, Sanford and McNeese. Charleston. I think this is a W. Wow, and I'm going to be his first follower. W bracket. W bracket. Okay, I'm going to go back to Twitter in a second, but I did say that I would react to potatoes. So I am going to react to potatoes real quick on my email because he doesn't have Twitter. All right. All right, Mr. Potatoes bracket. UAB over San Diego State. I like that. Duquesne over BYU. I'm iffy on it, but I honestly think that's going to be a pick that breaks my bracket tomorrow. So I don't hate it as long as they lose in the second round, which you do. NC State in the Final Four. I like it. I have them in my Elite Eight. Pretty solid. Any upsets I'm missing here? James Madison upset. I like that. Overall, pretty solid. NC State, you got Florida over Marquette, NC State over Florida, and then NC State over Houston would be tough. That's a tough one. but it's different and I like it. Bottom region, we got Dayton beating Arizona, North Carolina over Baylor. We got Utah State over Purdue. I also have that. And Gonzaga over Utah State, Tennessee over Gonzaga. Interesting. So Tennessee over NC State, North Carolina over UConn, and North Carolina winning the Natty over Tennessee. I mean, this is pretty solid. I mean, it's definitely different. He has some similar things to my main bracket, like Utah State over Purdue, Florida over Marquette, NC State. He has them around further than me. I have them Elite Eight. He has them Final Four. But still differences. Like I have Dayton in my Final Four. And I have Houston in my Final Four. But yeah, I think W bracket. I liked it. Definitely enough upsets for my taste as well. Yeah. W bracket. All right. Next bracket. Back to the ncaabb. Does anybody actually call it X or no? I still call it Twitter. It rolls off the tongue better. What do we got? You look like you'd have a good bracket. Let's see. Christopher. All right, UAB over San Diego State. Drake over Iowa State in the Battle of Iowa. Woo. Jared got caught. We got Texas Tech over Florida. Western Kentucky upset 15 over 2. I like it. And then you got UConn over BYU, BYU over Drake. Honestly, I really like if I'm not looking at anything else right now, which I'm not saying I don't like everything else. I'm just saying if I'm looking at the East region, I really like how you have the East region playing out. I'm just going to say that. I really, really like how you have the East region playing out. It's different. I think it's something that could happen. And it's some fun too with a Drake run, with a BYU run, a UAB upset. It's fun. I like it, especially considering a lot of people chalk that region because it's hard not to chalk. But I like how you did it. Then we got what did I say? Oh yeah, I did this one already. I liked it. Michigan State over UNC. Okay, trusting the Izzo. Alabama over Michigan State. New Mexico coming out of that region to the Final Four. A popular Cinderella, but I don't hate it still. And then Creighton over Purdue with a McNeese run. Honestly, no complaints there. Houston over Creighton. And UConn over New Mexico. UConn national champ. Honestly, I really like this bracket a lot. I knew I would. W bracket. W bracket for Christopher. All right. Okay. Was those M&Ms? This media is... Oh, okay. I thought he messaged me that. I was like, that's a little creepy. All right. Another New Mexico Final Four. Okay, the Cinderella's getting popular. Does that mean it's not going to happen? Maybe. NC State to the Elite Eight. I also have that. Interesting, but he has Houston over NC State. I also have that. Creighton over Gonzaga. He has Gonzaga beating Purdue. New Mexico over Alabama with Alabama beating North Carolina. I don't know if I can put as much trust as y'all in Alabama. I just don't know if I can put that much trust in Bama, to be honest. To be honest. Just putting that out there. Just putting that out there. But honestly, like 1-1, You have Creighton over Houston and Creighton over UConn. Honestly, I'm going to have to give this one a mid bracket. I'm sorry. Something wasn't doing it for me. There. Wade? Wait. Didn't I just give? Oh, wait. Yeah, I did that one in my video, I think. JJ just sent me a bracket. JJ, you in the stream? Let's see what JJ's bracket's looking like. So he's a FAU fan. He's got FAU losing second round to UConn still. I thought he might have a FAU run. Auburn over UAB. UConn over Illinois. Pretty solid. NC State run. A lot like how I have it. Except I have Florida over Marquette. A little bit different. And then he's got... did I not just look at that? There we go. And he's got a Grand Canyon run to the Sweet 16, New Mexico run to the Sweet 16. I would have liked to see one of these sleepers make it to the Elite Eight. UConn over Arizona. Houston over Creighton. Sorry, JJ, I gotta go mid. I would like to see one of your Cinderella type teams to the Elite Eight. Let's go with D. 8 seconds ago. Let's see what D's got. I feel like D might have a very solid bracket. To be honest. Let's see what he's got. Auburn over Iowa State. Houston over Kentucky. James Madison upset. Florida over Marquette. Decent. The bottom half is going to determine. Arizona over North Carolina. Tennessee over Purdue. Nevada, New Mexico run. We got... I would have liked to see, again, just a deeper run by one of these higher seeds. Like, a little bit too chalk for me. I don't hate the Houston over Arizona championship matchup, but I am going to have to give it a mid bracket. I think I am going to have to go mid there. Who is that? If I give him a mid, is he going to kill me? All right. Sorry, D. Mid bracket. Let's see Nick's. Let's take a look at Nick's bracket. All right, Texas Tech and Duke. That's a different way to do the South. I kind of like it. UConn over BYU. I kind of like that as well. But the 6 seeds making it to the Elite Eight. No real notable upsets in the top. Let's see what he's got down here. Utah State over Purdue. And then Gonzaga coming out. Tennessee beating them. Akron over Creighton and Oregon. I like that run. Okay, he's kind of cooking down here. Whoa, sorry. It's kind of cooking down here. I really like the Akron run. I like a Texas Tech run. UConn over Duke in the championship. Honestly, W bracket. Honestly, W bracket. Huh. Is that Bambi? Okay. Let's check out James. Let's see what James got. Can I grade this? Yeah. Auburn over Drake. Okay, I love a Drake run. I love a good Drake run to the Elite Eight. So far, Morehead State upset over Illinois. Auburn over Drake. Western Kentucky over Marquette with Florida in the Elite Eight. James Madison, Sweet 16. Unless you ruin it. This so far is a W bracket. This so far is a W bracket. Appreciate you, Nick. Appreciate you, Matt. Yeah, this top part of the bracket I like a lot. I really, really like it, actually. St. Mary's over North Carolina. St. Mary's over Arizona. Purdue over Creighton. Oh my gosh. Like, my eyes are actually getting teared up. This is the best bracket of the day. This is the best bracket of the day. James! Oh my gosh. This guy was cooking. Oh my god. This is the best bracket I've seen. This is the best bracket I've seen. This is the best bracket I've seen. James. This is the best bracket I've seen. Let's go, James. That was an amazing bracket. Okay. Can anybody top James? Is anybody topping James? Aiden said, Aiden's in the chat. I seen him. UConn over Houston, Arizona and Creighton. Okay, so from what I see in the Final Four, it's a little chalky. Florida Elite Eight. I'm sorry, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Mid. I'm not going to give you an L because I don't absolutely hate it. I just don't really like it. Kevin. Messi? Guys, Ronaldo or Messi? Yeah, I can't stream tomorrow. Sadly, I have to work a little bit. So I'm going to miss a couple of the games. I'll be listening to them, though, catching what I can. All right. All right. Auburn over Illinois. See you, Potato. You as well. Auburn over Illinois. Florida to the Elite Eight. Tennessee over Gonzaga. Arizona over Alabama. Mississippi State over North Carolina. Interesting. Gonzaga over Purdue. And FAU over UConn. So two 1 seeds losing in the second round and another one losing in Sweet 16. Definitely bold. Tennessee over Houston and Tennessee over Auburn, and all SEC championship game. I don't like. It honestly wasn't horrible. I just don't think 2 1 seeds lose before the Sweet 16. I think just one probably. And I also just don't know about Tennessee beating Houston and then Auburn and Tennessee both making the championship game, which is where I'm going to have to actually go with mid. I apologize. Let's check alt account. Alt account. I'm a little scared. Okay. I was scared about what I was going to open from alt account. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. Okay, UConn over Illinois. All chalk except for Illinois over Iowa State in this region, but that's fine as long as the other regions are fine. And I see James Madison in Sweet 16 here. Texas Tech in the Elite Eight over here. Western Kentucky over Marquette. Okay, I kind of like this so far. And then Boise State or Colorado coming. Okay, yeah. I really like how you did the South. And I don't mind chalk region as long as they're all not chalked. Alabama over Michigan State. We got Michigan State over Carolina. Okay. And Alabama beating Arizona. Okay, I haven't seen many Alabama Final Fours. Guys, Alabama to the Final Four. WRL. WRL. And then Creighton over Kansas. Kansas beating Purdue without McCullar is definitely something. But did he know McCullar was out? You know what? I'm gonna say because you probably didn't know McCullar was out. I'll give you a W. I'll give you a W. Trey. Did he pick Kansas to win it all? Haven't watched too much, would like to know opinion. Okay, I'll be completely honest with you then. When I say this, I don't mean to be mean, but Kansas is not winning the Natty. They're not going to come close. Okay. Nebraska in the Final Four is interesting. How did we get there? James Madison beats Duke and Nebraska beats Houston. I don't know if I see Nebraska beating Houston, but, honestly, I don't hate it. Honestly, I do not hate it. Nebraska, I don't hate that run. I honestly don't mind the Nebraska run if you didn't have Kansas as your champion. Kansas just, and you probably don't know because you said you didn't watch much this year, and Kansas is usually really good, but their best player is injured. He's not going to be playing in the tournament. They also just don't have a lot of depth. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information to kind of help you out with your bracket if you want to switch it up, or if you want to leave it the same, that's fine. It's up to you. I'm just going to give you my opinion. Honestly, this wouldn't be too bad because you do have Utah State over Purdue. So I would honestly switch Creighton over Kansas. If you have Creighton over Kansas right there, it would make this bracket a lot better. Because I like the New Mexico run. I like the very different Nebraska run. I am going to have to give you an L, but I hope I helped. Okay. Let's go with Ethan. Let's go with Ethan. Oh, you didn't send a screenshot. Yeah, I can't see it. If you guys send the link from the ESPN app, I can't see it yet because the bracket hasn't, or because the tournament hasn't started yet. Chubby Chubs. We might be running out of brackets, guys. So we might do one more. And then we might make our own bracket a little bit. What is the score of this Colorado Boise game? All right, Justin. Marquette Final Four. That's the first Marquette Final Four that we've seen today. No, Alex, I'm not going to any games this year for March Madness. I wish I was. Okay, Marquette run. Duke beating Houston. Don't hate it. BYU run. Okay. North Carolina over Arizona. McNeese in the Elite Eight. Whoo! Okay, so Colorado's up 35-31, second half. I like the McNeese over Purdue is wild, but I don't hate it, man. McNeese over Purdue is wild. Oh my god. Tennessee Marquette. Honestly, I'll give you a W. I'll give you a W. I'll give you a W. W bracket, Justin. University of Iowa. All right, Ethan. Thank you for sending me the screenshot. Last bracket that I'm grading. Is this a W or L, guys? St. Mary's Final Four and then all 3 1 seeds? Okay, this East region, it's easy to chalk, so I won't blame you too hard. You do have a Drake upset there, you know. Okay, this region is all chalked. And you have South Carolina over Creighton. Other than that, pretty chalked. You have Samford upset. Charleston upset. No 12 over 5s. And no one higher than a 6 seed in your Sweet 16. I hate to end it like this, but that is an L bracket. Sorry, Ethan. Too chalky for me. No 12 over 5s when the 12s are really good this year. And no team higher than a 6 in your Sweet 16. You got to have at least 2 double digits in your Sweet 16. At least in my opinion. But if you're going for just super high points, then maybe you want to chalk it a little bit. But I like to try to get a perfect bracket. I know upsets are going to happen, so you got to try to pick the right ones. So I can't end on an L. Let's see if Sam can end us on a W. Okay, so Samford's in the Final Four and Mississippi State is. Okay. All right. So Long Beach State is in the Sweet 16. And to be honest, I don't necessarily hate it. I mean, probably too many upsets for my taste. I mean, Utah State, Samford, South Carolina, Colorado State. This may have been a heads tails bracket. It may have been. It may have been a heads tails bracket. And then he's got Houston and Auburn. And then the top parts are just like normal. Okay. FAU over UConn. I mean, probably a little bit too upset heavy. I think a little bit too upset heavy, but honestly, Mississippi State. I like Josh Hubbard a lot, but are they making the Final Four? No. It would take they would have to beat North Carolina, and I think they would need some help as well. But even then, I don't see them beating Auburn in an all SEC Final Four matchup. Oh entertainment wise, I'd say W. Oh, is that Scotty Barney? Yankees fan, Knicks fan, Giants fan, W Giants fan. Hmm. Okay. Interesting banner. All right. Yeah, that'll probably do it. Let's Shall we make another bracket, guys? Shall we make another bracket before we hop off stream? Yes or no? Yes or no? One more bracket, yes or no? That's pretty much about all I got sent on Twitter. So let me know. Should we make another bracket ourselves or no? Yes, 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 yes. All right. Guys, should I grade my mom's bracket? Because it's interesting, to say the least. All right. I'll show you guys my mom's bracket real quick. I'm not going to grade it. I'm just going to let you guys look at it. Duquesne to the Elite Eight. Florida over Duke. Texas A&M over Houston. Western Kentucky over Marquette. We got Long Beach State in the Elite Eight. Gonzaga, TCU over Purdue. And then we have North Carolina losing to Gonzaga in the championship. All right. Let's make another bracket before we hop off stream. One more. Shall we do best logo, a meme bracket, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Meme bracket, best logo. Best logo. Best logo. All right. I see a lot of best logos. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yukon, Stetson. Let's get a closer look at these. The Stetson's logo is kind of cool, but I just think the Yukon logo is just, it's really clean. Husky, clean. I like Yukon. FAU and North. I don't like the Northwestern. It's just easy win here for Florida Atlantic. Easy win there. I don't like the Northwestern one and the Nebraska one. I mean, I can just go ahead and pick Texas A&M now. Like the Nebraska logo is literally Netflix. San Diego State or UAB is a close one because I do like the dragon for the Blazers. But San Diego State's is cool, man. Like the D and the S with like the It's like with the arrowhead, the arrow. San Diego State's logo is too clean, and honestly, UAB's logo looks like a high school logo. And I kind of like UAB's logo. It's just San Diego State's looks cleaner. Yeah, San Diego State's logo looks cleaner. Auburn or Yale? To be honest, I don't really like either one of these logos. Like, it's just a Y and an AU. But the AU kind of looks better. So I'll go with Auburn. BYU or Duquesne? I don't like either of these logos either. The Duquesne logo is so ugly, though. The Duquesne logo is so ugly. I got to go BYU. Illinois or Morehead State? Morehead State, easy. Easy. I mean, Illinois, a lot of Big Ten logos are just letters, and I don't like that. Illinois logo is like an I. Like, what? Come on. They could do better. I think Drake's logo is better than Washington State's. Washington State's isn't horrible, but I like Drake's. The bulldog coming around the D. Iowa State or South Dakota State? Jackrabbits all day, baby. Jackrabbits all day. South Dakota State's logo is actually kind of cool. It's actually kind of cool. All right. Houston or Longwood? I can't even tell what Longwood's logo is. I can't even really tell what Longwood's logo is. Let me look it up real quick. I need to get a closer look. Okay, so it's like a horse with a arrow. Longwood Lancers. Yeah, it just doesn't really look that good. I mean, at least Houston's kind of looks clean. James Madison or Wisconsin. Honestly, the JMU is really clean. Their one where they have like the bulldog Duke with the crown is very tough. I'm going James Madison over Wisconsin. But if we're talking Wisconsin, I'm going based on the logos they have on here though. If Wisconsin had the Badger logo, it would probably be in the Final Four. If their Badger logo was on here, it would probably be in the Final Four. Duke or Vermont? Vermont, easy. Texas Tech, NC State. NC State's logo is so cool, bro, with the wolf with the hat that says state on it. Yeah. Kentucky or Oakland? I mean, Oakland looks like a NBA 2K Pro-Am team, to be honest. I got to go Kentucky. Oakland looks like a Pro-Am team. Florida versus Boise or Colorado. I mean, that game's so close right now. I don't know who's going to win, so I guess I'll go with Florida. I mean, the Gators tough. Marquette or Western Kentucky? Honestly, I kind of like the flag. But Marquette's is kind of clean at the same time. I'm going to go Marquette. North Carolina and Wagner. Wagner's is just ugly. Ugh. Sorry, Seahawks. Sparty or M State? I think Sparty. I think probably Sparty. Grand Canyon or St. Mary's? I mean, the GCU just doesn't look that good, sadly. I'm going to go St. Mary's. Charleston or Bama? The Bama A is kind of generic, but Charleston's isn't that great either, so I think I'll go Bama because it's more iconic. I'm going New Mexico. I really like New Mexico's logo. Lobo. Yeah, the Clemson Paul is cool, but I like New Mexico's. Clemson logo better. The Clemson paw is tough, but the wolf with the Lobos on top, I like it. Baylor and Colgate, I mean, I don't want to pick either one. They're both ugly, but I'll go Baylor. Dayton or Nevada? Ooh. I'll go Dayton. I kind of like how, like, yeah, it's a letter, but, like, it's kind of like they have the wings on it for, like, with the D. It's cool. Arizona or Long Beach? Long Beach, honestly, kind of cool. I like the font of the LB. I like the font. I got to go with Long Beach State. All right, Purdue or Grambling. Grambling's literally is just like a black and yellow Green Bay Packer logo, so I'll go Purdue. Utah State or TCU. They're both kind of ugly. I'll go Utah State. McNeese over Gonzaga. I really like McNeese logo. Riding the horse. Yeah, I like that. Sanford or Kansas. I really like Kansas's logo. I've been high on Kansas logo, and that's just a bulldog, like pretty generic. Give me Kansas. South Carolina or Oregon. Give me the Cox. Akron or Creighton. Creighton for sure. Creighton's logo is so clean with the Blue Jay and the C. Come on. Colorado State over Texas for sure. The Texas Longhorn is very clean and it's iconic. But Colorado State's is I like Colorado State's here, I think. Even though Texas's logo is iconic, the Longhorn is iconic, but give me Colorado State. St. Peter's or Tennessee, give me the Peacocks. All right, second round. UConn versus FAU, the Owl or the Husky? This one's tough. This one is tough. The Husky or the Owl? I think the UConn Husky is just clean, man. But the FAU Owl isn't bad. I don't know where I want to go with this one. AJ, you have no drip at all. You should not be talking. I'm going to go UConn. San Diego State over Auburn for sure. I mean, Auburn just isn't that good. Morehead State over BYU. Morehead State's logo, definitely cleaner than just a Y in the circle. Like I don't really like BYU's logo. Drake versus South Dakota State is interesting. I like both of these logos a lot. I like both of these logos a lot. Jackrabbit or the Drake Bulldog? I'm going to go with the Jackrabbit. Let's go ahead and get our final four from here. I'm going to go San Diego State over UConn here. San Diego State's logo is so tough. And then Morehead State I'm going with the Jackrabbit. And then I'm going to go with San Diego State's logo is so clean to me. I'm going to go San Diego State in the final four. We got Houston or Texas A&M. Both not that great, but I think Texas A&M's looks cool, with the big T and the A&M on the sides, smaller. It looks pretty good. I'm going to go with the Catamounts, Vermont Catamounts over James Madison. And I'm debating this one. I really do like the Cougar coming out of the V. It's tough. I'm going with Vermont. And then NC State, Kentucky. Give me NC State. I love the wolf with the hat. It's cool. Florida, NC State over Florida. And I'm going to go with Vermont over NC State. I love the Catamount. The Cougar coming out of the V with the tail up is cool. I'm going with Vermont in the Final Four. North Carolina, Michigan State. Um, the NC or the Sparty? The NC is so clean. But Sparty isn't bad. I think I'm going to go with UNC. I'm going to go with UNC. And I'm going St. Mary's over Bama for sure. New Mexico or Baylor? I hate Baylor's logo. They need a new one. They need to go back to the bear, the yellow bear. Long Beach over Dayton. That's a tough one though. Both of these letter logos for letter logos, these are nice. For letter logos, these are nice. You guys are saying Sparty? Sparty is cool, but I just think how they did the N inside the C is so tough, bro. It's clean. It's actually clean. New Mexico or Long Beach? Man, I'ma probably go with New Mexico because Long Beach kind of looks like a GTA font. North Carolina or St. Mary's? I mean, I gotta keep going with North Carolina at this point, and then North Carolina or New Mexico, because whoever was winning that North Carolina Sparty matchup was going to go far. And I'm gonna have North Carolina keep on going. It's so clean. Their logo is so clean. Give me Purdue over Utah State, I guess. McNeese or Kansas is hard. That's a hard one. I mean, Kansas's logo is so cool. McNeese is cool as well, though. I'm gonna go Kansas, I think. I really like the Jayhawk. And whoever was winning this is killing Purdue. The Cock or the Blue Jay? I think Creighton. Even though I really want to have a cock versus, I really want to have like a cock versus cock fight when I go with the Peacocks versus Gamecocks. But I think Creighton clears. I really wanted to have Gamecocks versus Peacocks. But I guess we have Cockbrenner. Colorado State or the Peacocks? I think Colorado State clears though too. And I think Creighton. And then Creighton or Kansas is tough. The Blue Jay and the C or the Jayhawk? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This one is hard. What do you guys think? Creighton or Kansas? Both these logos are so clean. Both these logos are clean. Honestly, I like Kansas's logo a lot. I got to go Kansas. And then we have UNC and San Diego State. I think San Diego State is going to knock out UNC, but both of these are maybe the two best letter logos. Like the way they have the NC with the curve up, oh, it's nice. And then the SD for San Diego with the arrow is also clean. I'll go with San Diego State. And then Vermont or Kansas. I'm going with the Cougar Catamount to knock out Kansas. And then Vermont. Vermont. I love Vermont's logo. It's really clean. It's really clean. I'm going with the Catamounts. WRL. Do you guys like Vermont's logo? Yes or no? I like it a lot. This logo is super clean. I might have to get a Vermont shirt. Like, that logo is actually nice. That logo is actually nice. Honestly, no. L take. You guys don't like the Catamount coming out with a V? I like this logo. I think it's super clean. I don't know. Jayhawk snubbed. Yeah, I guess it could be outdated, but I also am a fan of old school logos. Like, I think a lot of teams need to go back to their old school logo. They could definitely update it, but they got to keep it somewhat similar because it is tough. All right. Well, I think that is going to do it for today's stream. It is getting late. We don't have too many more people in the stream. I'm going to go watch the final 3 minutes of this Boise, Colorado game. I hope you guys have a good night and enjoy March Madness tomorrow. I'm going to. And yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out all stream long. It was a ton of fun. And yeah, we'll have some videos out soon. Hopefully, stream again soon. And I'll see y'all later.